Okay. Okay.
I was told about 2 dogs that had been left in a backyard. When I first saw their faces, I was taken aback. Look at those faces, oh my gosh! It was heartbreaking. There was no shade, no shelter for them, and they had been left to fend for themselves. They had managed to destroy many things in the yard, out of frustration and probably the lack of proper care. But even in such a difficult situation, these 2 girls were incredibly sweet. I had never met dogs so affectionate and gentle under such circumstances. They were perfection in their own way. These 2 girls had been deeply loved by their human dad, but when they lost him, they truly lost everything. The love and bond they had with him were clear, and when he passed away, it was like their entire world had crumbled. My initial intention was to simply post about them, and no one was stepping forward. It was a difficult situation, but then, looking at their faces, I couldn't say no. How could I possibly? So I decided that I would take them in myself. Taking in 1 pit bull type dog can already be a challenge due to the stigma that surrounds the breed, but when you take in 2, it obviously doubles the difficulty. People tend to have misconceptions about pit bulls, often believing they are inherently vicious or dangerous. But these 2 girls were the complete opposite of that. They had no aggression in them at all. They were gentle, kind, and just wanted love. However, they probably had never really walked on a leash before, and so I spent a lot of time working with them. I had to teach them the basics and build their trust. To my surprise, the transition was incredibly smooth. It was the easiest transition I had ever experienced. They followed my commands so well and were so well behaved. They never barked unnecessarily, never screamed or fought. It was just really sweet and heartwarming to see the bond they shared, and the trust they developed with me. After spending 3 months with them, I realized I couldn't separate them. They were a package deal. They had become so bonded to each other that the idea of breaking them up was unbearable. Unfortunately, after 3 months with no adoption applications or interest, I started to lose hope. I was getting discouraged, thinking that perhaps no one would ever take them. That's when something wonderful happened. A lady from Oregon reached out. She had seen their pictures and couldn't stop thinking about them. She was the only person who submitted an adoption application, and I just knew. Something inside me told me, this is their new mom. I had a gut feeling that she was the right person for them. So, we decided to take a chance. We packed up the girls and took a road trip to Oregon. The journey was long, but it was all worth it. When we arrived, it was love at first sight. The lady had even made a welcome home sign for Peaches and Polly, and seeing the joy and excitement in her eyes was heartwarming. She greeted them with so much love and warmth, and I could tell right away that this was where they were meant to be. The bond was instant, and I could feel my heart settle knowing they were finally in the right hands. It was such a surreal feeling to know that they had found their forever home. I didn't need to worry about them anymore. The love and care they would receive from their new mom was more than I could have ever hoped for. Now looking back, it feels so rewarding. It's been about a year since they've